Welcome back to Briggs on Brooks, our international talk show where we talk to authors about their books, learn about the books, and most of all, help you pick the next book to read. Faraway Hearts series. You like romance? You like suspense? You'll want to get this book. You'll want to get this series. And by the way, besides having the book here, I also just happen to have the author, Sherice Drake. Welcome, Sherice.
Hi, thank you, Mike. It's a privilege to be here. It's an honor.
Tell our viewers where you are.
I am in southern Utah, just 2 hours north of Vegas.
So kind of close to Nevada.
Yeah, I'm like 6 miles from the state line.
Wow.
So,
you ever zip
yeah.
down to Las Vegas?
Oh, yeah. We haven't been in a while because it's even hotter there than it is here. And
Oh, yeah.
we try to stay in as much as we can when it's really hot. So
I bet. Tell our viewers, here's the cover of your first book in this series, Faraway Hearts. Rebecca's Rosette. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so the series itself is it's based in Southern California. It's all done from different perspectives. Each perspective will have 2 parts, and it's done from the perspective of one of the women in the series. And the first one, obviously, is Rebecca. She is kind of this timid woman who isn't quite sure how to act even around like the man she likes, even though he's been like one of her best friends for quite a few years. And she doesn't get any of that confidence until she meets another man and becomes friends with him. And then she starts the relationship with the man Derek, and it says on the back, so I guess I can say the name.
Okay.
She starts the relationship with Derek, but in the process, she develops feelings for Jared, but Jared has this dark past, and he doesn't want to bring someone else into that.
And how's the second book? It looks almost the same name and everything. Rebecca's Rosette. Oh, I see. Part 2.
Yes, part 2. That's the Thorns Appear. That's when things get really rocky. Most of part 1, I mean, some things happen, some dangers, some sad moments, some tragedies. But it isn't until part 2 where you really find out what the big deal is with Jared, why he's so concerned, and it leaves on a cliffhanger.
Is Jared the police officer?
They are actually both police officers. So Derek, he's a millionaire. He was born into money, but his father told him that he needed to do something with his life. He just has that with his sons. And he decided on a whim to be a police officer, but he actually found it quite fulfilling. Jared just always wanted to be a police officer.
By the way, there's a third book coming out. Is that the same series? Does it pick up?
Yes, it is. It's from another woman's perspective. Her name is Julia.
Okay. Now tell me about from different perspectives. The book takes from different characters' perspective?
Yes. So it pretty much is the same timeline, but you'll focus more in on what's going on with Rebecca in her love life and in her dangerous situations. Like she, as you notice on part 2, she has a baby, and that baby is very significant to the story. Julia, it's completely different in the fact that she is a police officer, and so there's more suspense in hers. Like, there's still suspense in Rebecca's, but there's a lot of suspense in Julia's.
Nice. Now, we probably answered this question because you said it's romance, suspense. But I still ask the question every time. Who will want to read these books?
We mostly decided that my target audience is a lot of like mothers staying at home, or even some middle-aged women. But even men can enjoy it, especially if they're like in law enforcement or interested in like crime series. If you've ever watched a crime series, that's kind of what I kind of style it after. A lot of the characters in my novels are in law enforcement or are in something similar.
Something similar, yeah. So people who like police dramas might like it too. Whenever I'm at the airport, I go to the airport, I look at all these books, and I grab the one that the cover strikes me. You have very striking covers, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
So I was reading a series of books, and somebody says, "Oh, I didn't know you read romance novels." I said, "I didn't know that's what I was doing," because I was really into it. Very, very well written books and the like. So yeah, men will like it, women will like it, people who just need an entertainment and a break will like it, and I hope everybody likes it, Sherice. Now, are these your 3 books? Is this the totality of your writing so far?
Oh no, I'm working on number 14 in the series of the seventh. It's the 7th perspective. So
wow.
I've completed writing them. I'm just working on publishing them.
Yeah. Now, ask you this. A lot of our viewers are writers who have not got published or haven't even finished. A lot of people have trouble putting the pen down saying, I'm done with that. So, especially on their first book. Well, tell us what your discipline is. You get up every morning and sit down and start typing at 6 a.m.?
No. So I'm actually a full-time mom as well. So it's very difficult to try and find time to write. But the thing is, I just love it so much. And I find that I'm more stressed if I'm not writing. And so my husband, he's very supportive. He will do everything he can to make sure I have time to write, as are my kids. I mean, they're all old enough now to kind of understand that mom's an author and mom loves writing. So or have some time.
And by the way,
it doesn't always work smoothly.
Yeah, I think you have 3 daughters.
Yes, I have 3 daughters.
How old are they?
12, 10, and 7.
So they're getting a little more self-sufficient that you can write. And do you write every day?
I try to. There's some days I only get like a paragraph out, whereas yesterday I was busy at home just doing laundry, and I was able to put down 9,000 words. Which,
oh my goodness.
Yeah. I was really feeling the inspiration. So. Yeah.
And by the way, you have editors. Do you have any groups you belong to that you work with?
Yes, Right to Reach. They have published all my novels. They're a bit different. They're not just a traditional publisher. They're more like a consultant, but they do everything. Yeah. They do my editing, my proofreading. They did the cover for me, all the covers. Yeah, I'd mentioned the covers, how striking they are. They're really... Yeah, they did really, really well. And they will not put anything out there that I don't approve of first. That's nice. You get to have the final say. And like I say, we have here's a question I have, and I've been surprised by the answers lately because I assumed everybody has a computer, and that's where they write their books. Is that what you do? Yes. I can't tell you. Originally, I wrote on my phone, and then that was just a little too complicated for me, transferring all the files, and I couldn't always tell how many words I had. Rebecca's Rosette, when it was first written, was 160,000 words, so I had to separate it into 2. By the way, when you say write on your phone, are you dictating or actually typing? I was actually typing. Wow, you must be really good at that. I don't know. I just, like I said, I love it so much, and when I finally was able to write again, it was just, I couldn't stop. Yeah. Well, congratulations. I mean, thank you. Like I said, so many of our viewers are trying to get through with that first book, and you're 3. You've got 14 written, so they're just going to keep coming out. Oh, do you write when you're not at your keyboard? Do you write in your head when you're going through your day? Yeah, a little bit. And there's times I have to stop what I'm doing and just quickly put a note into my phone. This is what I need to write when I get home. And I went on a cruise a couple of months ago with my dad before he passed away, and my daughter, she's like, you need this. It's this little notebook that you can just write all your ideas down on. So if you're not able to get to your phone, like if for whatever reason, you can just write it down. So she gave me one of those write by hand, you mean? Yeah. Oh my goodness! See, that is old-fashioned. That's what I've had authors who have the yellow tablet and they write their book that way. It's amazing. So. Yeah. Anyway, we're way past time, Sherice. I could talk to you all day long. Where can people get your book? Sorry, what was that? Where can people get your book? Oh, so you can get it at my website, which is authorshericedrake.com. But those are just the audio versions for now. If you want like a hard copy or a paperback, just go to either Amazon.com and search for my name or Faraway Hearts. Or you can go to BarnesandNoble.com.
BarnesandNoble.com. Very good. And here's the third one. When will the third one be out?
Within the next month or two. We don't exactly have a date planned just yet. We're still working on the editing and everything, the proofreading part.
And for our
making
viewers,
sure that everything looks good.
Our viewers, there's the web address on the screen, the Instagram, find Sherice. Do you take questions? Can people ask you questions?
Supposedly, I mean, there's the option there. I just haven't gotten one yet, so I haven't been able to see it work yet.
Well, if I'm reading your books, you're going to get questions. I always ask questions, and I'm trying to learn if I just be patient and keep reading, I'm going to find the answer. So,
usually,
yeah.
I'm finally answering some things in the ones that I'm working on, but they weren't necessarily questions that people may have even thought of.
Yeah.
So I'm just tying it all together.
Well, you're inspirational, Sherice. You've done it. You've done it again, and you've got all these books going and squeezing in around the kids and the husband. It's a lot of work, I know. So thanks for coming on the show, and I hope you'll come back again and again.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you inviting me.
And for our viewers, don't go anywhere because we're going to be back with another author right after this.